This video is for informational purposes only, based on personal research, and should not be considered as financial advice. It does not constitute any recommendation to buy, sell or hold any securities. Viewers are advised to conduct their own research.
Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Commodity Market Catch Up on Tuesday. Thank you for taking the time to join today's discussion where we focus our discussion on commodity market. But note that none of the discussion is a trade or investment advice. Trading is risky, and I believe in risk management rule number 1 that you should never ever listen to others and jump on a trade or investment decision. This you can take as a general guidance, as I've been associated with the commodity market for a long time, almost 16 years plus now. So from my experience, maybe you can benefit, but don't consider none of the trade discussion as a suggestion to jump on a trading or investment decision. So good evening to all of you. Majority of you, I can see rainbow members. So I have some announcement for you as well. But before that, anyone joining for the first time today's session, just note that this commodity market session I hold every Tuesday. Like Sunday, I hold the stock session. So this session you can join every time by just coming to the website, and the button to join, link to join here, it will be available whenever I'm holding this event. So thank you once again to everyone for joining. Let's get back to business. Key, what is the trade that I have done? This is the crude oil. Crude oil, and for this trade, largely I'm going to use my setup, that is the Commodity Master tool that I use as part of the Rainbow system. So overall, I get a lot of information from this. Crude, what it has given, a beautiful exit. I personally did not book here. I actually booked way before. It was a profit booking into strength, well below. What I've done when profit booking into strength, this is what is the topic of the day. When profit booking into strength is more psychologically difficult than profit booking into weakness. I've done 2 profit booking into strength. Opportunity was there today. Why it is challenging? Number 1, when we are profit booking into strength, this I booked and I placed the order because I knew I'll be in my yoga session yesterday. So around this level, this flat line level, I placed my orders. And exactly around that time, it got filled as anticipated. Now, when we are going for profit booking into strength, we should be aware that the crude oil and others can go up further significantly. That means psychologically, you should be okay with that. Otherwise, what will happen if further goes up, the fear of missing out will set in, and you will jump into a level where there will be a higher chance of correction. Crude oil, as there is a conflicting news keep on coming. Iran says compensation, otherwise straight closed. Crude oil went up. Now Pakistan, which is now acting as a mediator, is saying it's all going, negotiation going well with the Oman. Crude oil is now correcting. So even if you had not gone for profit booking into strength here, it's actually a good time had come quite a while back to profit booking into weakness. Means when the market is giving us signal, which how it gives me signal is with price action turn neutral, then short trend turn neutral with background color, means much stronger decline. And that was a clear sign. If you had not moved out, you should have moved out. I highlighted it in my WhatsApp channel. Also, crude oil, after this price action correction, it had gone up almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candle, which is an extended SM wave. This is the new meter. I hope those who are rainbow के साथ जुड़े हुए, you are analyzing this. So SM wave was somewhat stretched. So correction was very, very likely. Now I'll wait. Personally, I'll wait patiently till the correction gets over. This is a good area where we can go long in crude oil. We have the support base. So there are a lot of good opportunity I expect the crude oil to show going ahead. But right now, I'll not be buying anything. This is a bit of extra. Let's make it normal was okay. So it's currently patiently wait. So how will I wait it? It's usually with placing alerts, which I have already done. So I'll not place again. Price action bullish. I'll add a condition with the commodity master as the short term momentum as bullish. ST Momo bullish. So price action and momentum confirmation. That's when first time I'll be interested to look at crude oil. So currently it is correcting. Let me show you another example of profit booking into strength. It will look better than this crude oil because some of you may consider crude oil has gone up. So the booking was not good, but that is somewhat resulting bias because crude is up. Not necessarily it means it was bound to go up. So let's look at aluminium. Aluminium has given beautiful move. But aluminium, which will come to the VCP metric soon, let it load. If you want to load it quicker, use less meter, it will load quicker. So now there is a correction in the aluminium going on. That means partial profit booking should have been done here. And if I look at the daily chart for aluminium, exactly around where it turned, you will be able to see this if I apply the candlestick. This is what profit booking into strength looks like. So you don't know whether it will further go up. It can go up. Definitely we saw with the crude oil. But whereas the case of aluminium, it was a beautiful booking. After that, it is declined. So you need a kind of a psychological makeup, proper makeup to go for a profit booking into strength. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for profit booking into weakness when it starts to show with price action or momentum. So this is, you can take note in your how you are trading commodities. Consider how you go for profit booking to strength, whether you will at all go or not. So overall, I remain bullish on aluminium. It is now at a key resistance. It can break and move further high towards, I'll say 370, but now it is correcting. So I'll personally wait for the correction to go over, need a price action bullish, and need short-term momentum as bullish to go for an entry. What is my concern regarding aluminium is the current move is somewhat stretched, which one hand shows the current bull wave is running almost 30 candles, where the average reversal waves are about 17, 18. So that means this rally is stretched. But it also at the same time shows the strength in aluminium. So aluminium is strong. I'll not be considered about selling, but I want a proper correction. Like here it happened, a correction. Then again, a good opportunity to enter because such trades, risk are low and the returns are good. Overall, currently aluminium has corrected from 5 o'clock or little earlier, I'll say around 3. It's somewhat natural. Let me show you a different meter. Let's see if I can make it bigger. I think it will go bigger with the analytics table. Large. Okay. Session meter. Look at the session meter here. Aluminium has been very positive early morning. Matlab out of 5 sessions, 5 aluminium has gone up in the Asia. Matlab China, someone is buying the aluminium. Whereas London session, matlab around the afternoon in India, has been notably weaker for aluminium. Whereas New York, that is started today, now we are in the New York session, it has broadly been bullish, but the arrow signal shows that it is currently in a bearish mode. The dot shows that currently we are in the New York session, matlab American sessions. So overall, it is quite bullish, not so bearish. Aluminium, if comes back into strength, shows me price action bullish, I'll be eager to buy because Asia has been quite positive for aluminium. So tomorrow morning, once again, I can get the push just like we got today morning, we got push in the aluminium on the buy side. So aluminium is definitely one trade to look out for. Let's look at another trade, which is the gold. Gold has given, but it corrected so suddenly. A good chunk of my profit was gone in gold. It was a sharp correction and my trailing was slightly far away. So it got hit the trailing. Gold is trying to make a comeback. We don't have the momentum yet. So I'm closely watching the gold. There could be a re-entry opportunity into gold. But gold, another very important data is coming up. बहुत important data आ रहा है gold के लिए. That is not today but tomorrow. US inflation numbers. So we have to be careful about gold positioning because we might have to carry forward. It is trying to make a comeback, not yet super strong. Momentum is coming up and going. So I'll have to wait for some closing here to get a confirmation. White cross is outside, that is serving as a warning. Compared to COMEX gold, which runs all the hours, since India gold do not run all the hours, we are not able to see this kind of sharp correction in India. And given the rupee situation, Indian gold looking a bit stronger than COMEX. But similar momentum is lacking right now in gold. But further rise, looking at the daily chart, I'll consider COMEX because it represents the good picture. We have discussed about last class, we discussed about this strategy that momentum goes up, price action in a more box, wait for the box break and you will get a good run. It can be applied into stocks also. So overall at a critical level is gold. It's at a time resistance, flat line we have in my system. Same time it can go for a very good breakout. So we are at a key level for gold and I think tomorrow's data is going to be quite vital. I will suspect if gold is coming back today as a strength late night, I'll expect a stronger run up to this point, at least about 4560. Matlab break of basically 4500 psychology level area. Then tomorrow onwards, go for a bit of correction. And then final showdown will come with the data. So gold looking to me bullish, but in the 2-hour chart, I'll prefer to wait for stronger confirmation. This is short-term trading, not investing. We are not going for investing here. For investing, you should consult the weekly chart. Means when you are planning to buy gold ETF, physical gold, then you consider the weekly chart. So weekly chart is not full bullish yet, but it is trying to make a comeback, lot of resistance to deal with. Interesting pattern we discussed, which is not visible with the line chart. This is our beautiful pattern we discussed. Inverted head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This usually tends to give out solid runs, both in stocks and in commodities. In commodity, not all classical chart patterns are easily viewable, number one. Second of all, not all perform so well. But this particular pattern in commodity tends to perform very, very well. So there was an opportunity to some extent to go to gold for your investment. But I don't think the opportunity is fully gone because when you are considering investment, it is for longer run, at least 6 months, may extend up to a year or year and a half. And if you are planning for SIP, that is systematic investment plan, that is also a more relaxing approach, not to be hurried. Gold has broken the trend line, so I think it will not be a bad idea. So starting some quantity. Given that, expect a correction. And the more you will be convinced, yes, gold can go up. Once a new, here we don't have it. Once a new Dow structure, those who are using the line chart, once a new Dow structure is formed, you will have stronger conviction that yes, further rise in gold looks very much possible. So gold can be started. Another reason to start gold or keep gold a part of your portfolio is, let's look at CNX 500. That is, that is stocks Nifty 500. And let's compare it with the gold. So it is the correction, the up move that was continuing with this beautiful Dow structure in Nifty 500, it is now over. That means stocks were from about say March to July has outperformed the gold. But now looking at this, it's strongly hinting to me that outperformance is somewhat over for stocks. Now, given that situation, and let's look at the daily chart for short term, stocks in the short term in India starting to underperform gold. That means gold can be, and I think it should be to some extent, part of your portfolio as well. Those who are looking for investment, not for short term trading. If you're looking for short-term trading, then usually the chart that I'll prefer to use is either 2-hour or 3-hour or the daily. These are for short-term, and for intraday, I'll think 15 minutes I'll consider for intraday trading, which I don't do intraday trading. I'll only use the 2-hour chart for my analysis, which we have described. Looking at the gold, this is the ratio. Looking at the gold, that I think we have to wait a little more. Convincing, more conviction chahiye. Momentum is still somewhat lacking. Once the momentum comes up, it will be a good to enter the gold. Let's look at another counter which is moves similar to gold is the silver. Similar picture, it was a good up move. Silver moves faster. It took away some of my profit, notable chunk of my profit, because the movement was significantly sharp. And here Murphy's law is exactly about that time, thanks to the trailing stop. I was busy only then. Means in trading, you should consider the Murphy's law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Means expect the worst case, that you may not be there. So keeping stop loss, keeping trailing stop loss is very vital for short-term trading. Any kind of trading, stop loss having is must. Silver is showing a sell signal. Many of the Rainbow members think that sell signal cannot come unless the price action is bearish. That's not true. It can come, relatively rare. Once the price action turns bearish, silver can drop more. And this is a warning on gold. Gold and silver, let's come down to now the warning part. For warning part, I will use the VCP. That is the volatility and correlation matrix, and I will apply it in a continuous chart. So let it load. I'll make it full screen. So when it loads, it does some calculation about the volatility fluctuation. Can we make the VCP slightly bigger? I think so. So it will turn slightly bigger. So overall, look at this correlation. Very strongly positive with gold. So if silver is now showing selling chance, gold is showing breaking out chance, there is something wrong. Usually they enjoy a correlation of up to 90%. That means 90% of the time gold goes up, silver will go up. Gold and silver enjoying positive correlation with crude oil and negative with positive with copper and zinc, negative with crude oil. That means crude oil going up today sharply was a bad factor for gold. So what triggered gold's drop? Ki sharp drop hua. It was basically that time dollar was showing strength. Gold, silver enjoying negative relationship with the dollar. Crude oil ke saath negative. Crude started going up. If you will remember, sharp move was there at around after 11 o'clock. Similar with we have seen with the dollar index. This triggered some additional. This is I'm looking at short-term correlation. So you can consider approximately 2 days of correlation. If I look at the daily chart, which is will present us about a month of correlation, let it load because there is heavy duty calculation is out there. Yes. So overall, crude oil is a negative factor for the metals. And only metal that is positively correlated with crude oil is the aluminium. So now it will be very more easy for you to understand, given this situation, why aluminium performed so well when the zinc and the gold started giving you zigzag. If you look at the aluminium, let's look at the aluminium chart once more to clarify the concept. So VCP, when you are positioned, like you have bought gold, you have bought crude or silver, and you are holding copper and you are holding zinc. You may think, okay, I'm holding 4 different metals, but you are actually in a high correlation trade. That means suddenly crude oil goes higher or dollar goes higher. This position of yours will get a volatility, the opposite side shock together. And suddenly your entire net PNL will drop quickly. Whereas currently you saw the crude oil is correcting. So currently aluminium is also correcting. We saw similar movement. That means crude oil and aluminium. What is the factor then? The Strait of Hormuz. Hormuz का जो tension चल रहा है, crude down, aluminium is also struggling. So keeping those who are highly correlated, keep on a check, is significantly helpful. Another trade which is going to kind of a zigzag going on with this trade, it's not able to go up, is let's look at the zinc situation. Not able to sustain any kind of comeback. Once again struggling, but if you look closely, gold, silver showed a sell. Zinc did not. Same, gold is down more, zinc is not. That means overall in the metal space, zinc is notably stronger compared to what we saw with our gold and silver. But as gold, silver struggling, this one is also correcting. They're quite highly correlated. So keeping a check on the VCP matrix is going to be helpful to your decision making. Another one matrix will be helpful to, but look at it on a weekly basis, largely applied on a continuous contract, such as DXY, dollar index. What the smart money is doing. Smart money position as of 4th of August. You may think, why late? Usually Friday the data is released and it shows data up to Tuesday. But good news is these players are usually positional players. That means they tend to hold position for longer. And it can give us some idea what they are doing. They are broadly built some long position and especially interesting on the copper. Copper I have been bullish. And looking at copper bullishness, I have also bought a stock called Freeport McMoran. It is one of the world's big producer of copper. So overall, I remain bullish on metals generally and definitely bullish on base metals. Few notable change, they are gradually reducing the position onto crude oil, not significantly. This is not bearish, but significantly, notably, they are reducing the position. They are holding bearish position and adding to the bears in natural gas. That means natural gas ka recovery, which we'll now look at the chart soon, may not be near term. Matlab big upside move in natural gas. Short term it can fluctuate, go up and down. But big upside correction looks unlikely given the position. One area I think I have gone wrong. That is the dollar. This is not exactly related to the commodity positions, but I had expected the dollar to go up significantly. That one way did not happen with the dollar because US Treasury, to protect the Japanese yen, Bank of Japan and US Treasury together intervened in the foreign exchange market. So that created a bearish effect for the dollar, and this actually helped the gold silver to stage a good comeback rally. But do I think that dollar is significantly now turning bearish? Is my thesis fully wrong? I don't think so. Because based on my experience, majority of the intervention fail. They don't succeed. Let me show you with the line chart. This is where they had intervened. Dollar declined against the Japanese yen. But look at very important part of forex market. Forex market is so vast, such big market of $7,500 billion per day. No one can influence it. Not even the central banks, like Bank of Japan is the creator, only creator of Japanese yen. And US Treasury is, along with the Federal Reserve, is the only creator of US dollar. But they are also not able to contain the Japanese yen's weakness. It did not produce the intended effect. And this is not new. Those who are experienced with the forex, they have seen these interventions fail over and over and over. So these markets are influenced by fundamental. Even central banks cannot fight this market for longer. Short term they can, but medium to long term they cannot fight this market. So overall, I think my dollar bullish thesis is fully gone. But I think the way dollar expect kar rahe the will be very fast move upside. That may not happen. That could be more on the slower side. Let's look at the natural gas, the last counter before we move to the one declaration. And after that, I'll take up your queries. Anything you have related the queries. So commodity, it has been broadly bearish, the natural gas. This is the daily chart. Just the first comeback, but positioning of the big players show that they are bearish. That means given this situation, I'll expect the upside. Upside is there, which already happened, but upside I'll expect limited. Not significantly bullish upside I'll expect from natural gas. So quicker profit taking, those who are trading the natural gas will be vital. Once again, profit booking into strength, such as if I buy in the next candle has to close around 9 o'clock. I'll be looking to take out profit around, I'll say this level, 273 to 275. There I'll prefer to book out the profit. Natural gas can go up more, but I'll prefer to go for profit booking into weakness. Sorry, profit booking into strength. So this is the basic analysis of the commodity market. These are the ones largely people trade for. One last counter is pending. That is the copper. It is also similar. It is moving just in line with the zinc and the gold as similar correlation. It is correcting now. But I think overall copper is bullish. It will come back. It will take some time for the copper to stage a full recovery, show us real strength. But I think copper is bullish. And going forward, we are going to see further rise from copper. May not immediately happen. But that's why I have taken position in stocks also. Best to go for a long-term ride. Once this level breaks, likely the 1390 level, I think copper will start to show further strength, strong upside move. So that's all from my side regarding the analysis, friends. Let me show you a few announcements I have to make. Then I'll show you, start taking your question. This announcement is largely towards the Rainbow community members. Here is the community members. I have prepared your guide. I have prepared your guide for the latest commodity master, which we have now created, the sister of the asset master setup. It has details of whatever you largely need to know. about the readings, few guidance, and along with that, what I've prepared for you is the general trading plan. So this document expect very soon. Now it's ready. As I said, majority I'll be able to upload, I think, by August end. So trading plan document is almost ready. And I will publish in a version English, such as those who are Hindi reader, though I can't read Hindi. I used Chat GPT for Hindi conversion. I can't read Hindi largely. It takes some time. I know a little bit of Sanskrit. It helps to read the Hindi. But overall, I can't read much the Hindi. But I'm making this available in Hindi as well. So those who are not comfortable with the English part, आप भी इसको refer कर पाओगे. Trading plan I have not made Hindi yet, but I think I will, and I will soon make it available. Once it is available, it will come under the Rainbow Community section. Remember, it will go under Rainbow Community for now. Just log into your Rainbow Community with your ID password. Check the document vault once it's uploaded. Some of the documents are old. That's why I understand it requires revamp because the setup has improved. So gradually you will see this under the documents. You are going to find these new two documents. One will be the Commodity Master Guide. Another will be this Commodity Master Trading Plan. So both the documents, I think by tomorrow, should be available to you. We need to do last minute some proofreading part, whether we made some mistake or not. After that, I'll soon upload it, and once uploaded, it will be announced. So that's all, friends, from my side. If you have any questions related to the commodity trading, I'll be very happy to answer them. Smart money can we check for the stocks? Not with this commodity master setup. This focuses on, it's written, right? That it's gold, silver. It is not for stocks. It is whatever the smart money is, it's related to commodity. Yes, we can to some extent, not exactly we can, but it is not included here. Commodity master is for commodity. It's not for stocks. It is only related to commodity trading. For stocks, we have a stock master setup. So I'll recommend you go to indicators, invite only, and under invite only check for stock master. Stock master, and then go for this apply say. Let's look at a stock which I had highlighted to look for, which starting to move well, not so great. And stocks is better to look at a bit of long term. So this is a stock which has brought out of the range, gave good move today, but let's see how far it can reach. There are opportunities we discussed about TV, and the stock master is now powered with the fundamental. If you're applying the fundamental, remember stock master will be slow because the fundamental, there are tons of calculations out there which is not easily available. I have my own scoring system. So you have your stock master differently. So commodity master is for commodity trading, not to be confused with the stock. So smart money, that is for commodity. Gold, silver, copper. Which even if you apply on Amara Raja, it will still be a gold, silver, copper. And the readings can be wrong. So it is generally recommended. It is best to apply on a continuous contract like dollar index. Largely, it will not change. But VCP, it's best to apply on the dollar index or any other continuous contract. How to use the wave meter? I've given some guidance, Amit sir, in our guide. So how it can be useful? Let's look at the commodity and let's apply on crude oil. It gives an idea to us कि once a wave is starting, say let's apply it in the 2-hour chart. Say when this buy signal started appearing, it will show S wave, which is the short wave, can last about 4 candles. Matlab fifth candle onwards, you can expect a correction. So after the buy signal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth candle price was down. Look at the candle size. So it gives you a fair idea. It does not mean absolutely wahi se correction hoga. Second, how it is useful, let's look at it. The second counting will not continue from here. Our next price action neutral here. Then you have bullish. So how many count? 1, 2, 3, 4. It did not give the correction. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means you are already understanding the SM wave is stretched. And pushing, it can become a B wave or the big wave, which is at one stage, how much it can move, how many candles can it move. Now this, in the SM wave, the corrections are bigger than the S wave corrections. Here you can see the correction notably bigger. So it gives you an idea, it's not an absolute, gives you an idea ki, which area I can expect a correction. After how many candles which can expect a correction? We can understand that the R wave reversal usually comes in the 15 to 17 candle zone. Currently the candle zone is 24. That means already stretching. We can do two information. This crude oil up move is stretched, number one. Second, it is bigger than usual, means crude oil is actually stronger. Same we note from aluminium. But the guide will give you some extra guidance. How to manage risk if I have decided to risk maximum 0.5% of derivative capital on commodity? How to apply the rule of zero loss within 4 hours in this case? Should I make it to 0.12% loss is too tight? You will not be able to make it. Means you will run several miss loss. मतलब काफी सारे falls होंगे. That can be done. Peter Brand trades like that. He keeps the stop very tight. So when he wins less, 42% of the time, wins big, and he loses significantly small. That is remarkable. Peter Brand's loss taking is just remarkable. 0.15 or 0.1% average loss. And his average win could be around, I think, 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4%. And he win 42% of the time. So net, he becomes a profitable trader. And now he, of course, he's a market wizard. I will personally not use such a tight stop. It depends on the traders to traders. So how you are calculating it, say when the bullish trade is coming, you calculate the max stop, accept the loss. One way to do that, as this much loss I'll be ready to take, and see, manage the quantity accordingly. So it cannot be more than 0.5. Now, many a time it is possible you will not exit at the max stop. Then there will be a column which is not there yet. Then use the expected risk, which is added into stock, not layered here. So expected risk level, kitna mera immediate loss ho sakta after entry. Use that and manage the quantity to make it 0.5%. You don't put the stop loss at 0.5%. That will be wrong approach because it will be hit. With the quantity management, it should be 0.5%. Vinay ji Puja, I am a more of a commodity trader than equity. I want to know which copper to track, AG or LME from MCX to get more clarity. Use MCX because gold silver moves most faster than the copper. Now, generally speaking, MCX tends to follow LME copper, London Metal Exchange copper. So you will see type LME, go here, type LME, give a colon. You'll see what are the LME contracts. That means CA. This is the copper contracts. Go here at LME CA1. And you will see it will not come. If you are ready to spend 40,000 rupees for the live data, no problem. Go ahead. I'll not use it. Rather, I'll use the MCX because that's enough. Copper does not move like the gold silver. Copper is relatively more stable than the gold silver. So, but LME copper, it usually follows the MCX. COMEX copper and LME copper tends to move together, but Trump has created distortion with his tariff. So LME and COMEX copper, there is now a premium gap. So I think as a proxy, you can use the COMEX copper. I have heard there are some, though I forgot to check, there are some CFD contracts, which giving an idea on LME copper, I think, it was highlighted. Trade Nation. This was highlighted that this is tracking the LME copper. So this you can use as a proxy for it. This will be free. LME you'll have to pay off 40,000 at least. Will Elon markets also get on that drive? Very, very likely. Means all the Rainbow members will get that. Get the commodity master guide. Now we'll do it in a drive or in a different way. That is not it decided yet. But both those who have joined the Rainbow journey via Eland or directly via the website, both of you will get it. In which format, not yet decided. I'm not in the community as my renewal is still far away. No need to go for renewal. If it's far away, it's still far away. There is no hurry. So you will get it. Maybe not in Google Drive. I'll have to check, but you will get it. Ankit ji Puja, will you explain the S wave and other waves? Yeah, sure, I will do that, but it is already a little bit of explained in the guide. Once you read the guide, it will struggling with psychology to enter after stop loss hit. Means you don't want to re-enter the trade. Then are you choosing? You have to ask, get into details. First of all, you have to, it's not struggling with psychology is not enough. Question here. We need more information. First of all, are you then planning to take only reversal trade, not the continuation trade, like it happened with aluminium? Ki went up, again complete reversal, sell signal came, no buy signal aaya, then only you buy. That can be a strategy. You only go for reversal trades. In such case, but suppose you're struggling to stop loss hit. And then the crude oil में हुआ first round stop loss hit, silver में हुआ stop loss hit Friday. Then again it start to go up. I had a live session during that time. Now when it is going up, are you feeling bad? That means you are back calculating, had I not exited? That means it's not part of your plan. Then no, I only buy the reversal trade. That is not part of the plan. If that is the case, then sit down. First of all, take a pen and paper. And largely it will be easy to find out, what is problem? Fear will be likely the problem here. Greed is not the issue, fear. So get down with pen and paper, sit in front of a mirror and जोर से, not shouting maybe, but जोर से ask, क्यों डर लग रहा है? Why am I afraid? Unless you get more specific answer, क्या फिर से लॉस हो सकता है? different answer you may come up with. फिर से लॉस हो सकता है, then it is a loss aversion. Why? What triggered that loss aversion? Maybe a recent past big loss. In these cases, another thing is repeatedly focus. Unless you push yourself, you can, okay, trading, like surviving, doing well, okay. But we don't want to do okay. We want to do super traders. That means we have to move forward. जो वो माउंटेन ड्यू का था ना, डर सभी को लगता है, एंड डर के आगे जीत है. Stop loss hits every time I feel bad about it. Recent, what happened? My stop loss several got hit, and I was down for the day, almost 1% on the entire my derivative commodity capital. Again, opportunity I entered, and by the end of the day, I had recovered majority of my loss. It would not have happened unless I got the courage to re-enter. Where the courage is hitting, this fear could be coming from different areas. Another technique is to cut down, start again, start small. Say silver you moved out, if you had taken 2 silver 100, even if you lose, it will not be big. So if you are having a loss aversion situation, you have to once again restart small. Unless you restart and add, the loss you will not be able to recover. Everybody makes loss. That's part of the journey. Then if you know, sir, I can't make loss, then you have to complete. No, then your whole portfolio has to be different. It should not be include commodity or any type of option, future or commodity trading. It should be significantly on the bonds and more on the passive SIP. From there start and slow tweaking. Keep tweaking the SIP slightly so that my return improves. Let me tell you, even with that method, you will beat 80% of the market participants. 80%. Because majority trying to do commodity options, they will fail. So even if you choose no, I'll start with a passive, ultimately in the long run, you can benefit. Whatever you do in your portfolio, wealth building, has to suit the mentality. And you cannot just conclude, acha dar lag raha hai, struggle, fir se hit with. Why? What is triggering those? Get into those details, then message me. Then I can message me on WhatsApp, then I can suggest what could be further homework. Once the trade starts moving in, should we move our SL to min stop from max stop? I usually do that. First of all, there are certain rules. Trade has to move minimum 0.7% of account. Then that I've added in the trading plan. Then you move the stop loss to the entry level first, that you will not make a loss. You have to stop. We have to stop making the losses first. Moment it goes to a good profit, your account 0.7%, move the stop loss to the entry level slightly higher, so that brokerage also gets covered. Then once it has started to run very well, like in the case of aluminium. Aluminium futures 2-hourly charts, sometimes you will feel that's the resulting, but sir, min stop hit हुआ, फिर से ऊपर चला गया. Bad luck, can't happen. But other times it will protect you. I do this. Whenever it moves, at least 50% of the quantity, I go to the stop, which ultimately got hit this time for the remaining quantity. Same happened previously also. This was first profit booking to strength, then the trailing SL hit. Small, I'll keep on, जैसा आप छोटा loss, medium to large profit लेके move करते रहेंगे continuous basis पे, in the mid to long run, you are going to be a successful trader. But if you keep losing big, then task is going to become more and more difficult. Please confirm that in commodity master meter are the OI changes MCX OI when applied to gold MCX futures? What happens to OI readings when we are seeing the international chart of in XAU USD? I don't think it will come. Should XAU USD just look at it right now? It should not come in XAU USD. Let me check. Yeah, it is coming. So that means it is basically not here. I just wanted to confirm this. I've never tried this XAUSD. I tried it with the comics. It's basically consulting the price movement and the OI. So this is not the right one. We'll have to apply on the comics to know about, because OI they will be there. It is basically taking gold. And I think some improvement can be done here. It is not consulting the rainbow candles. It is consulting the actual price movement and the change in the open interest. So it should be applied on a future contract. Means when you apply it on the gold, I will confirm this one. It's largely you are seeing what is going on with the MCX in the 2-hour chart. Long unwinding. It is basically looking at the OI and looking at the price, and there are a few basic formula which I have given in the guide. Ki price up, OI up, that basically means long build up. Price down, OI down, that basically long unwinding. And there are short build up also. But as you have highlighted, I'll cross verify the data and get back to you. Gold COMEX is yet to cross the LT line, and spot chart daily already crossed. So use ultimately one, use one. XAU USD either, and you have to choose a reputed broker. Let's look at the XAU USD. Iska weekly chart be different hai. In fact, weekly chart you can see this is more stronger. Whereas COMEX weekly chart is not that strong. So generally slight difference hoga. Follow any one. If you do, this is considered as gold spot, this is quite well as well. COMEX gold, that is actually the future contract, that is also fine. Consult anyone. Broadly the movement, let me show you, broadly the movement will be in line. Similar type of movement. If you apply on उसके ऊपर अगर आप M6 का gold apply करेंगे, let's look at the M6, similar kind of movement. M6 is look at this phase almost moving in line with the COMEX. Sorry, XAU USD. So all three are doing the same movement. Just chart can be slightly different. Just consult anyone. I think XAU USD is good. I have used it for very long. More than COMEX जितना मैंने यूज किया, उससे ज्यादा I've used XAU USD. XAU USD is very good, but you have to choose a reputed broker. Means it can be TVC, FXCM, Saxo. FXCM is quite good. You can use the FXCM version. No need to watch the comics. I also refer to XAU USD often, but for some contract driven like smart money, we have to watch the open interest and the CFTC data. XAU USD do not present such data. Let's look at the 2-hour. Similar kind of movement. One is gold future M6, another I have used XAU USD. We can use the comics also. Sorry, this is the stock master. You are asking me to use a shorter time frame. So let's look at the shorter time frame. MCX, let's switch off. Similar movement. See, one is XAU USD, another in the comics gold. Choose anyone. Don't be confused between two. Choose either comics or choose XAU USD, whichever suits you. I think XAU USD will be better because you don't have to pay for comics. But the problem with CFDs, there is Not great CFDs to track natural gas. Gold is fine. But natural gas, I think NYMEX watching will be better. Crude oil also you can use CFD. Crude oil is a CFD. Crude oil, say, crude oil will not be the name. Name will be US oil. So US oil is basically the same crude oil. US oil, and above that, let's apply the CL1, that is the NYMEX crude. CL1. Is it same showing? Light crude oil futures and the CFD almost same. We cannot see it, I think. So you can use either one. But if you're using trading natural gas, I think then it is better to watch the natural gas here, NYMEX. Natural gas is not a popular CFD. Here you see it's different. Crude oil and natural gas is different. But if you apply the US oil and the NYMEX crude oil, both are same. You cannot see even the line. Same to same. You can use the CFD, no problem. But natural gas, it will not work. Heard of the news that institution will be allowed in trading in MCX, consequence? Maybe bad news and the good news together. Good news is the liquidity will improve. That is the good news part. The bad news part is majority are not aware of these global commodities. So looking at the global commodities, they in the small contracts, they may create lot of fluctuation, unnecessary stop loss hit or stop loss eating. Those can happen. I have not yet read the news. I'll check for it. But that is good and bad together. Big players coming up will reduce the buyer-seller spread, which is good news. But the bad news is to some extent, they cannot manipulate for very long because it will ultimately follow the global contracts. But for very short term, say before 11:30, when market MCX buyer seller is low, it can suddenly in one tick hit your stop loss and go up. Those will be very bad if they keep on happening. So it will both side, I think, good and bad together coming up. So I think that's all. Majority of the question I have answered. Thank you so much, friends, for attending this discussion. We'll sit again Tuesday. I hope आप अच्छी तरह trade करेंगे with responsibly. Trade कीजिए. Commodity market currently not super mode, but it is still giving up good ride. Last few years, 2024 and 25 was super year for commodities, but not this year. But if you still play well, I think 3% a month is a possible as well as a very, very reasonable target. Thank you so much, friends. Best wishes from my side towards your trading and investing. And as always, happy trading, happy investing.